These are 4 things that I have installed living here in Croatia. I know what you're probably thinking. It's just a sink, a shower head, a heater, a toilet. But I'm going to tell you right now that it is so different from the system in US. Starting with this one, the toilet. I just changed the back. And the system in the US is so different from Croatia or Europe. I was just trying to change like this little ring that goes in the back. I guess it just rotted away. And I was just like, okay, well, let me just go buy this thing and install it and, replace or whatever it is. I could not do it, guys. So I had to replace the entire thing. This took me all day because I kept missing pieces and I had to go back to Pevix so many times. But eventually, I got it in there. The next one was this sink. And I actually had to phone a few friends to install all this stuff. And this sink was, yeah, it kind of gave me a headache. I thought it was going to be like easy breezy, but it ended up being a little bit harder than what it seems. The reason why is because right there on the neck of where the spigot, it just did not fit the actual sink. So I had to go back and forth to Pevix and make sure I got the right one, skinny enough so it can fit, and got it done. And the thing about this equipment that I'm installing, like this sink, is that I'm not taking into consideration that this stuff that I'm installing it into is a lot smaller. And I think it's like that in all Europe, right? In the US, you could be sure that most of the stuff is going to fit because everything's bigger. So yeah, I had to take that into consideration, which I didn't with the sink. Then came the shower head. And honestly, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty easy. I think I installed it in about 45 minutes. Look, I am like cautious with everything, installing anything, because like I've heard of horror stories of like the piping is not in the right place. So I was afraid to like screw into the water pipe. So I was just very, very careful. And finally, I installed the heater on the top. And this heater, actually, it's actually pretty cool. We had it in our last home, so I was like, yo, I'm going to install another one here. And we went and put it there, especially in the cold winters here in Croatia. One of these are very, very handy. And the reason why this was probably the scariest of all is that I don't know the electrical system. And even when it came to the wires, I didn't know the colors were so different from the US. So I was worried that I was going to mess something up. Also, it doesn't help that I'm colorblind. So luckily, I got it done. I got some advice and it all worked out. I did it. Me siento como un hombre. So what do you guys think? Do you guys normally get professionals to install all this stuff, or do you do it yourself? Let me know in the comments.